Hey, hello everybody. It is June 28th, and we are less than 1 month away from Northwest World Reggae Festival. Hope everybody has gotten their car serviced, gotten a ticket, and started thinking and listening to some good reggae music and getting ready. So I wanted to get everybody updated. They've done some really cool things with the website, and then also they've added a new artist I wanted to go through. Um, really nice. I'm kind of a funny person. I'm amazed I actually even go to these things because I'm like wound up like a top and very anally retentive. So it's funny that I go to things like this, and I really appreciate seeing things like the site map. Every year they put up a really nice site map with you get an idea of where everything's going to be at the festival. They've done a really lot of cool things this year. A lot of nice photos I'm looking at. So let's start rolling through it. They have a really nice site map. It gives you an idea. You're going to kind of come around Mohawk, and then it's kind of a very it's rural, right? It's all farmland basically. So there's trees everywhere and pastures, and so they're gonna have nice signage. And then there's a big entrance. You go across a bridge, and they have a nice line drawn out that you're gonna be basically getting a big line to get your ticket. Probably gonna be some cars, so expect a little bit of wait. Be real cool. You're pulled off a road, so you can begin enjoying yourself the second you're pulled off that road. So you know what I mean. Anyway, so let's get into it. They have it really nicely laid out. It looks like they have the RV and car camping set up. And man, that looks like primo spot because I want to say 2011, I did the car camping because I planned on bringing a canopy up. And so if you're going to be out in the middle of the field and you're not sure if you're going to be under a tree, make sure you bring a canopy with you. It'll really improve your time. But they have the car camping, and that's a lot of fun. Might be worth spending a few extra bucks and you buy the car camping because it's so nice to just pull up, drop all your stuff literally right next to your car and start setting up camp. But it's a really great site in general, so even if you do have, pack and hike a little ways to your camping, it's not terrible. It's one of the rough spots of Reggae on the River is it's literally river rock everywhere, like fist-sized river rock. And so like even with the wagon, unless the wheels are wide enough, it's like a sled instead of just a wagon. So anyway, this is gonna be beautiful. Yeah, it's a nice grassland, so it's a really nice primo spot to like get set up for camping. So they have it all laid out nicely. Loving where I see that VIP camping in relation to the stage, right next to the grub, right next to the bathrooms, and then so when you look at the site map, you're gonna see camping in the woods, and basically what that is if you could zoom in enough, they have like little walking paths that go off into the woods, and people will set up on the left and right of those camps. Try to be respectful of the nature and set up a camp without destroying too much plant life. Basically, I found a nice little spot that just had a little bit of grass, and so I put a tarp down, and so I don't think I disturbed too much. Anyway, really nice site map. So for people like me, really appreciate stuff like that, and I think everybody else will too. And then the nice thing about if you go to the top, they have the site map, and if you scroll down a few photos, they have the whole festival with a beautiful drone shot with everybody camping. And that's fantastic because then you get an idea of the overlay with the words, how it actually fills in with the cars. And then you get an idea, VIP camping looks real nice. That's probably an extra couple 100 feet closer to the stage. So car camping, VIP camping all look really nice, and even the regular camping, it's a beautiful field. So even if you're in the furthest spot, it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. Comparing that to Reggae on the River, that thing, like because of the way the camping is laid out with the cars and everything, and there's only a little sliver of camping in relation to the cars. It goes like a half mile each direction from the stage, and so you're walking over river rock for a really long time. To get to the stage, whereas this one, even if you're at the most remote spot, it's through a field and it's not that big. So anyway, it's a really great location to listen to music. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but if you have a full weekend of walking back and forth to your camp, little stuff like that makes a difference. So if you're 20 years old, though, you don't care because you can just walk all day. Not me. Anyway, so they got a lot of great photos. They got a swing spot. They got some really nice shots of the place with the music going and everything set up. So go check that out. It give you a really nice idea of what the festival's going to look like. Really nice. A lot of nice people. I would say this festival and Sierra Nevada have like the nicest people as far as like if I go to these things by myself, I'm always amazed how nice people are. Um, like lots of great experiences here, and then also at Sierra Nevada, like just people coming up to you, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Trying to share something with you, maybe. Just a lot of people really cool. So if you're afraid about going by yourself, don't be smart. Be smart, but if you're cool and you're respectful, there's no problem even to go to these things by yourself. So anyway, then let's start rolling into it. They've added some they've added some new people to the lineup. Looks like Saturday morning they have added Ross Indio, and that was a lot of fun. Check out Ross Indio. That guy has got a ton of stuff on YouTube, so if you want to go check him out, I'll do a little typing here. So I've already said it once before, but one of my favorite things is going through and checking out people put these music festivals together, and it's some of the probably most knowledgeable people in reggae who are assembling these artist lineups, and it's really a treat to go check out who they've assembled for you to go listen to. So Ross Indio, real interesting guy. Been in music his whole life, musical father, born in LA, and they moved to Belize, and he's been blowing up Belize reggae. So there's a lot of really interesting interviews with the guy, so if you want to get a feel for who the artist is, there's a lot of good interviews on YouTube. Some of the music specifically that I found enjoyable was there's a song called Psalm Number 1, official video 2017. That's a good listen to. Another one called Break the Chains, he did with Melanin. So Break the Chains 2016 official video if you're looking for that on YouTube. Another great one they teamed up with somebody was Herbalist, and it looks like that was a 2010 song. So anyway, and that's just a drop in the bucket. You're gonna find like page after page of this guy's been doing music for a ton of years. So lots of great music videos. You probably find a lot of good live performances, and then many interviews with this guy. So let's go back to the lineup here. I'm going to be hopping all over the place here because, like I said, one of my favorite things is I've been enjoying, I got to run the kids all over the place. They do a lot of activities, and then it involves me just sitting around for a period of time, so it's really nice to pop on some headphones and then listen to some music and kind of educate myself as to who's going to be coming out. So Ross Indio, excellent. I tried to look for Pedro and Tribe Culture. Had a little trouble finding information on them. So if you want to leave in the comments links to some of their music, they have a website. Let's check that out while it's going here. Alright, so they have the website. If you go through the lineup, Northwest World Reggae Fest is put together. If you click the artist, Pedro and Tribe Culture, looks like they have some of their music for sale on the website, and then you could probably find some of the music there. Had a little trouble finding them on YouTube, so like I said, if you can make sure and drop in some links for me in the comment section, that would be really helpful for me. Let's get back to the lineup and we'll start going through. iTrinity, so that one was kind of interesting. I looked them up. In the bio, they're listed as an Oregon-based band. When I looked on iTrinity with the I-Trinity, I found an I-Trinity I, and it sounded to me like they were almost like French reggae. So I'm not sure, a little confused as far as iTrinity. If you also want to leave or confirm that it's a French reggae artist, maybe. I want to say French. It sounded like it was French. But out of Oregon, so I was a little confused about that. So anyway, anybody want to leave in the comments links to music? So I am not going to talk about some of the bigger ones: President Brown, Natalie Rise, Hemper Sativa, Army. Those are all very big names, and I'm sure you'll find plenty of stuff on YouTube. I still want to put together a piece for Reggae Angels. I've seen them at Reggae on the River, and I caught them at the Independent. They were the first act for gosh, it was so many years ago at home. They were open for somebody great. It was like Sly and Robbie or somebody else really nice. So Reggae Angels is a lot of fun. Really nice band. I've seen them live a few times, but I'm not familiar enough to tell you yet a bunch of good songs. So I'm gonna do a little more research on them. I did look into Irae Divine, and she is a heck of a singer. So sorry, I'm doing a little typing here, hopping back and forth. So what I did was I was listening to music, and if I find something I like, I would make a link for it and put it together, and I'll try to put this all into the notes. But Irae Divine has a heck of a voice. If you look up and type up Irae Divine, you'll find a lot of good live performances that she's done, and very, very good voice. I want to say like almost like opera. I don't know if she has opera training or maybe really good choir training, but heck of a voice. And one of the songs you can kind of get an idea of her range is something called Irae Divine, My Life to the Fullest acoustic session. That she has a couple of where she hits some note ranges where you're like, wow. And I'll say like really good female singers, they like have a vocal range that just like fills your whole body with music. So it's just really good female singers, something else to listen to. So another great song she had, looks like she did a benefit in Berkeley. There's a little clip called Love Via Benefit at Ashkenaz, Berkeley on 12/8/18 with the 7th Street Band. So that was a nice chance to check out the 7th Street Band too. 7th Street Band is a very good band. They back a ton of reggae artists. So that was really fun to kind of listen to them. So they're going to be good. And I'll say hands down, doing my music research here, the best find I had was one of the songs that Black Lung did with somebody else called Down Day. Alright, so let's talk about Black Lung. Like I said, of all the songs and doing research, that was probably one of the greatest finds, was a song called Down Day. Really, really great song. And then another great thing is if you go and find the YouTube channel and you find the song Down Day, the guy's channel who that is on put together an incredible collection of music. So there's a guy named Ross Chapati, RASCHAPATI, Ross Chapati, and that guy has a collection of music on YouTube that is absolutely incredible. So that's worth checking out. So Black Lung did a song with Archangel and Jadan Blackamoor and Black Lung called Down Day, and it's a great song. So go blow that up on YouTube and let's make that one a hit. It is really catchy. You hear a song, you're like, wow, that could be a hit. And so that was really enjoyable. Lots of funny things you do. Music research. There's also like a metal band called Black Lung, which was not bad to listen to either. So hey, you'll never know what you're gonna find when you listen to music. So another great song, Black Lung. Looks like he went and did a performance at the Sacramento One Love, One Heart Festival back in August 29, 2014. That's a great song. Or if you look, it's just like a music clip right there. Looks like also Black Lung. There's a song did also with Melanin. Afaya, AHFYA, and I apologize guys if I've ruined that one, and Ross Attitude. That is a great song. So anyway, another thing I love about music festivals is going through and then getting exposed to all these great artists and music that I would never listen to otherwise. So it's been months of enjoyment off of that one ticket purchase. So anyway, let's see who else we have here. Let's do Irie Rockers. Irie Rockers, if you go on YouTube, a lot of fun listening to them. They're going to be a great performance. If you go on YouTube, they have something called Irie Rocker Soundcheck, and it looks like they did that Benbow 2016. So Benbow is Benbow State Park. That's where they held the this is going to be a really long video. We might break this up into two parts. They had the Benbow Lake his campground, and that's where the Reggae on the River went to when they got hijacked and got their festival ground stolen, and they had to keep the Name Alive Festival, and that was over at Bembo, and I saw that 2 times. That was a difficult place as far as like to get there. If you weren't staying, there was a really nice hotel that was like a couple $100 a night, which I couldn't afford. So I stayed for the $25 a night at the campground. But the problem was, it was like a quarter-mile walk down the River Rock, and then you had to cross over at the shallowest spot in the river, which was still pretty deep, and it was slippery. And in the middle of the night, that was kind of spooky by myself. And then you'd have to walk through somebody's campground to get back over to your campground. So that was the shortest route, and that was a challenge. They also have an art and music festival or wine festival there for the Mateel. So, you know, that would be worth checking out maybe. But anyway, Irie Rockers Sound Check at Bembo is a great set they did. And then there's also Irie Rockers I'm Feeling Irie. That's another great song. So it's just a couple songs on YouTube. They have a lot of good stuff, but I just picked out a few. Let's talk about Jawworks the Revolutionary. Did some listening. A lot of great work he's done with Soul Medic. One great song is called Fire Burnin', Soul Medic and Jawworks the Revolutionary. Another great song is Hands Up. And there's just a ton of good songs in there actually. So if you go through, Ross Gabriel is going to be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun listening to his stuff. Good song called Zion Way. Ross Gabriel and Raja Taiga Raja. Zion Way, Step by Step Rhythm. Another good one, Ross Gabriel, GNO GMO, performed at Northwest World Reggae Festival 2016. So he's returning 2 years later. That's good. So Ross Gabriel is going to be a lot of fun too. If you can leave anything for Level Vibes, I had some trouble finding Level Vibes on YouTube. If you can leave in comment section any of their music so people can get exposed. So I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, so we're started at the end of the festival. Level Vibes, I'm looking forward to checking them out. If anybody can find some music that I can listen to, I know I'm going to enjoy Jawworks. Ross Gabriel's a lot of fun. Irie Rockers is a lot of fun. 7th Street Band, everything you find for them. They did some great performances backing out at Sierra Nevada World Music Festival. And if you're in the Bay Area, they didn't run Sierra Nevada this year, but I'm sure hoping it's next year because Sierra Nevada is a great festival. Black Lung. Like I said, the most enjoyable song I found was Down Day, which Black Lung was on. Irie Divine is going to be beautiful. She's got a great vocal range. That's going to be a lot of enjoyment. So I'm looking forward to hearing her and having her just fill me from the inside out with music. And then the Lamb Spread. I'm not really going to put anything together, but as far as like YouTube, they have a lot of good stuff on YouTube, and it's going to be just a lot of good music. Everything I found on and I listened to from Lamb Spread was a lot of fun. Pedro and Tribe Culture. Please, if you can send me some links if they have any live performances that I missed out on YouTube, if you can leave them in the notes. Ross Indio is going to be a lot of fun. That guy's been doing music for a ton of years, and he's got a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube, so go check that out. iTrinity. I don't want to go too far into that, and you're like, damn, that wasn't even the right band you were listening to. But whoever the iTrinity Reggae, if they're French, that was some good music, so go check it out. It'll be worth checking out, even if I had the wrong artist. Reggae Angels, solid performers. They've been doing reggae music forever, so maybe I'll even do an extra one for them. But I've caught them live out at Reggae on the River, and then I caught them over at the Independent in San Francisco. And maybe if somebody could leave in a comment in the I've been looking at the Independent in San Francisco, and I don't know they don't do reggae anymore. And I don't know if it's they had this gentleman who kind of an elderly guy with gray hair, and I don't know if he was the booking guy, but I used to see him at Reggae on the River, and then he would be either opening up and announcing at the Independent, or if I would see him around, And I don't know if that was the booking guy who made the acts happen over at the Independent, but the Independent used to get some really, really good reggae for cheap. You'd be like 20, 25 bucks, and you'd be like, Sly and Robbie in like a 40 by 40 room. It's like, I'm here, and Sly and Robbie were over there where the camera is. That's how close I was. It was incredible. So that's a great place to catch some live music. Anyway, let's keep going. I have seen Hemper Sativa. I want to say I've seen Army like a bunch of years ago at some of the Reggae on the Rivers that he performed at, but I couldn't even tell you which year that was. But Hemper Sativa, she was at Reggae on the River last year. I'd kind of forgotten about that because she was the first performer. That was kind of a funny, High Times took it over, and they like kicked out everybody who knew what they were doing. They had a whole bunch of brand new people, and I go to get my tickets, and I was like, couldn't get my right parking pass, and it was just a whole interesting thing getting in, so I was a little stressed out for that first performance. But I do remember she put on a great festival performance, and you can catch Hemper Sativa, her performance at Reggae on the River. She really knocked it out of the park, and they actually have a very I think it's actually the live feed from the festival. Somebody put that together into a video, and it's fantastic. So you can check out Hemper Sativa. She's got a lot of good hits. And then, of course, Natalie Rise and President Brown have a ton of stuff on YouTube. Let's go into it. Jack Falls Rock. I think I need to find some more stuff for him. But I'm looking forward to listening to that. Remember when I was 17 years old, I went out to Taos Pueblo. My mom wrote a book and was invited onto the grounds to kind of learn a little bit more about the Taos Pueblo and the culture there. And it was a really interesting story. They were like completely rebuilding. Their whole culture had been destroyed, and they had a village that they rebuilt. And we got to see them put together pottery together, and we got to go meet the guy who was like in charge of everything for the reservation. And he actually was showing me how they make brick. Really, really cool. Just adobe and straw, and they would make building bricks. Really, really simple building materials and incredibly strong. So that was a lot of fun, and the guy gave me a handmade metal arrow, so I still have that in a drawer. It's like a memento. So that was really interesting. I'm not going to go too much into it, but being a 17-year-old boy coming from a city and then going on to a reservation, it was like really upsetting to see, like, anyway. The whole situation's terrible. I don't want to say anything. You can't say anything about what has happened with the Native Americans, and I don't even want to say anything because it wouldn't be enough to say and said anything right. So it was really interesting to go onto a reservation back in 1990. It would have been 1993, to go from like a city and then to go on a reservation and to see the challenges that they were having to face. So anyway, it was really upsetting. But very, very nice. Couldn't believe how friendly, and it was really a nice treat because you don't get to go. It's a sovereign nation, so you don't get to go unless you're invited. So it was really nice to be invited when I was 17 years old. Spend a day in the Taos Pueblo. We actually, like, behind the scenes, actually the guy who was in charge of the rebuilding of the whole village. So anyway, that was a treat, and also exposed me a little bit to what was going on, and then touring around New Mexico, a lot of the reservations, and there was a shop out in the middle of nowhere. One of the women there was running a shop out there, and just some of the dynamics that were going around in New Mexico. So anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's a very unfortunate thing, and but it's really nice that every year that these music festivals include the Native Americans, and that they open the festival. So that's all I'm going to say about it, because anyway, there's nothing you can say that makes any of it right. So let's go. I did a nice piece for Aaron. I need to apologize to you. It's Aaron Nigel Smith. Where I mispronounced that from was because I used to work for a construction place, and we had two projects that were like literally houses falling off of a mountain. They were pronounced Nigel Summit, and Nigel something else. So that's why I mispronounced it. So it's Aaron Nigel Smith. I apologize for that. But anyway, a lot of good music there. You know, I love Jason. That's gonna be great. Really interesting to hear Jason has the drummer from Indubious. I caught Indubious at Sierra Nevada's small stage, and they put on a heck of a performance. So the drummer should be a nice addition to Jason's band. Dubtronic Crew, they have a lot of good stuff on YouTube as well. So go check it out. 99%. I just can't wait. We're less than a month away. Gonna be a lot of fun. Got my car all serviced, and I'm hoping it doesn't break down. I got a high mileage Corolla, and it's not a great year for a Corolla, so we'll hope I make it there, and I'm not rolling in on a taxi. Anyway, but 1 month away. Go out, get your ticket. I'll hope everybody's gonna be out there. Hope I roll in. It's a nice sold out show. It's a really bad trend to see that these music festivals aren't going off for whatever reason. We're not having not having Sierra Nevada this year. I'm hoping we'll have Sierra Nevada next year. That's a great festival. We're not having Reggae on the River this year. That's another great festival. So it's really nice that we have a festival to go to. So go to the festival, support it so that we have these festivals to go to. So anyway, we're gonna wrap it up there. Way too long already. Northwest World Reggae Festival, July 26th to 28th. A lot of nice additions to the website. Go check it out. Click the site info tab, and you will find a wealth of information, lots of new photos, to give you a really good idea of what the place looks like. And for people like me, that is really nice, and it makes me feel warm and fuzzy, and hopefully helps people buy a ticket. So everybody go out, buy a ticket. I've been putting up some stuff. I really appreciate all my customers. And so I've been putting some stuff up on Amazon mentioning this festival. So I'm hoping some people who are in the Oregon, California, Washington area will be able to drive on over, come check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. Really nice to see that site map. It always helps me visualize and kind of get an idea of, like I said, I'm really incredibly anally retentive to be going out to a reggae festival, so I like seeing stuff like that. So anyway, lots of good photos of the festival running, get you an idea of the folks that come out and the way everything looks, and it's a good time, a lot of nice people. So that's pretty much all I can say. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. You can see from the photos a lot of people having a good time. It's a great site for a show. So that's pretty much all I can say about it. Anyway, hope everybody's got a ticket. I can't wait. So we will see everybody in a month. See ya.